Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. Today's video I will showcase the mythical I recently pulled from a Centranos shard. I don't know what's the name of that one, and it's Siegfried. Siegfried is one of the best mythical. It's arguably the hardest hitting mythical in the entire game. So let's just go and book him, okay? Because now we have a champion chase tournament. I need one. Yeah, we need 5. Now let's just do 5. It's Siegfried, okay? I'm not gonna book his second form, to be honest, because Siegfried is good for his first form. If you need his second form, that means you are already losing the fight. So ideally, you want to book his second form because this ability, which is one of the hardest hitting in the entire game, will just do 20% more damage. And that 20% is going to do like probably 2 extra millions, you know? You want to do that sometimes. So what makes Siegfried special, or like unique from other fighters, champions in the game? Well, first thing before anything, it's like he's sick looking. He's probably the best well-designed champion in the entire game. Whether it's his first form or his second form, look how beastly the second form is. I mean, he looks like a warrior fighter about to fight, but that's a support champion. This is the NUKER champion. Now, let's go through his kit, okay? Really quick, guys, get yourself a free legendary Narma by clicking the link in my description. You will also get 3 amazing epics, Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage. All you need to do is, number 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Number 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Number 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Number 4, go to your inbox and claim the champion. So don't miss out on the great chance to get Narma and 3 very strong epics. So make sure to click my link before it expires. Let's start with an A3. Attack one enemy, ignore 50% of the target defense. Will attack all remaining enemies with any surplus damage if the initial target is killed. So we see this ability on Wukong, except that Wukong can't crit on the splash damage. You know, like the surplus or the splash, the surplus damage, it can crit, which means, let's say a hit that is 200,000, right? You needed 100 of those to kill the enemy, and then you have 100,000 surplus. Those 100,000 will get multiplied by your crit damage, your books, your masteries, to do even more damage. Fully heals this champion if the initial hit kills an enemy. It will always do. His A2, which is like one of the best PvE nukes in the AoE nukes in the entire game. I will show you why later. Attack all enemies. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 25%. If you're attacking 5 people, you get 5 crits. This will get you another turn. That's how insane this one is. That's not the end of it. Reset the cooldown of rage of this one. Reset the cooldown if this kills an enemy, and it should always do. Reset the cooldown of all of this champion's kills. This attack kills 2 or more enemies, and this is good in PvE content against waves. He will always kill with this, so you will always reset this, so he can just spam this. He will use A2, then A2, then A2, keep using his A2. His A1 is just whatever. Attack one enemy 2 times. The first hit transfer all debuffs from this champion to the target. The second hit increases the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. This is like specifically if you're going to use him on Hydra, he will cleanse himself and then he will extend those debuffs. Now, his first passive, if this champion is about to get killed by a fatal hit, blocks incoming damage and place a block damage. That's why he can't get one shot, even by a champion like Rotos, because when Rotos tries to kill, he will block that hit and then put block damage. But if the block damage is already up, Rotos can kill him. So that's like the thing. Then heals this champion by 50% of their max HP and fills the turn meter by 100%. So in a specific case against Marius, so let's say there is a stone skin on this. The first hit from Marius will remove stone skin. The second hit will give this champion around 50%. The third hit will trigger block damage. Then he will put block damage, and then he will heal himself and then take the next turn. So Siegfried is one of the best counters to Marius because he can survive Marius's nuke and then take the turn right after. That's why he is one of the best answers to Marius. His passive, the second one, transform this champion into their alternative form whenever they are the last living ally. Basically, if everyone is killed on his team, he's just gonna switch and go to his second form, and his second form is basically like a Cardiel-ish that can revive. So it's a 4 turn AoE revive, 50% HP, 50% turn meter, with block damage for 2 turns. That's too good. I would appreciate it if he switches and then I can use him as a reviver on Hydra, because reviving on Hydra with block damage and block active skill block buffs is so insanely unique to use in Chimera. So I would like to use him in Chimera as my reviver, but sadly we can't do that. I think that would be just too broken. So he would revive with block damage, AUE on a 4-turn cooldown. This is one of the best AUE revives in the entire game, by the way, by far. Remove all debuffs, then heal by 30% of their max HP, then places block debuffs for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. That's insane. Attack all enemy, heals all allies by 20% of the damage inflicted. That's why I say he is one of the best revivals in the entire game. His passive damage decreased by 20%, so he doesn't die. If you want to kill him, you have to use an A1. As far as his rating, look at that: 5, 5, 5, 4.9, 5, 4.9, 4.9, 4.3 on Demon Lord. I think that's someone that it is only one person used him in Demon Lord, and that's pretty much it. So how did I build him? Now, as far as the gear, okay, there is 3 different gears you could use on him. Gear number 1, you use Stone Skin and Lethal. Okay, so gear number 1, Stone Skin and Lethal if you want to use him mainly for arena. That's number 1. Number 2, Stone Skin and Feral, and I think Feral is better than Stone Skin on him because that protection, that block debuff buff on him is so important, especially in a meta where like there is so many Calvalax now, because people are using Calvalax as a way to counter him because somehow poison does not trigger his passive. So that's why I prefer this build on him. 4 pieces of Lethal, 4 pieces of Feral, and you have an option to use the 9th piece on whatever gear set you want. If you want to use him in PvP, if PvE, you just use 9 pieces Merciless. If you can't do 9 pieces Merciless, just do 6 pieces Merciless and stats on the last one. That's all you need to do. As far as the pieces, I've got some great or insane good pieces. Like, look at this one. This is like my best weapon on my entire account. Speed, attack, crit rate, crit damage, mythical piece. Look at this one. Double speed rolls with the crit damage and crit rate. The crit rate is like low roll on both, but like look at this insane piece. I mean, it took me so many dust just to get this one to the attack percent, but it was so worth it. The boot can be better. Like if we have attack percent and flat attack, that could be like an improvement. And same for the crit damage glove. It could be improved if there is like attack here and there. The feral pieces are not ideal. Like look at this one. This is like as good as a rare piece, but hey, I need a 4th piece, and I was able to find a feral piece which made me able to get extra crit rate just by having this piece. And you can see it's not the worst. It's actually good. It's I mean, the accuracy is not gonna do anything. Well, the accuracy is gonna work on his A1 whenever we transferred some debuffs. Now that's as far as the gear. Now as far as the masteries, Uugo Helm Smasher, I was thinking about it. If you build him in Merciless, you can go for like Lord of Steel plus Cycle of Magic, but I feel like this is the actual better way. I do enjoy Cycle of Violence because his A3 will always do more than 30% of anything. It can do more than 30% of any boss in the game. That does not include Chimera or Clan Boss. Now, I usually don't take Ruthless Ambush. I usually take the extra speed here, but to be honest, he's a champion known for nuking, okay? And I would like to increase the damage by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. That's like, that 8% is going to be multiplied by a lot because he has so insane multipliers. Now, as far as the awakening, I went with Lightning Cage because I don't want his abilities to be stripped, but there is an argument about Heaven Cast because it multiplies his damage by the number of buffs, and he does have lots of buffs. He will have lots of buffs because he's a champion that requires setup, so you will always bring his setup with him. Crushing Rend, if you have 6-star, is actually not bad. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, like you go with the Crushing Rend or Lightning Cage or Heaven Cast. Those are like the main 3 ones. Now, as far as the relics, the best relic you could have on him is actually Aspect of Surath, because Aspect of Surath will prevent his death. So you know how his passive works? He will have like similar to his passive from a relic, so you will have 2 passives that do that. But I feel like with my team, the way I use him, he will never need to get, I don't know, prevented from death twice. Like Like, if I'm winning the fight, I will just win it without the need of his passive. If I need the passive, I'm already in a bad spot, so it's not gonna save me. So I feel like Aspect of Serath is the best on him. Now, if you don't have Aspect of Serath, well, you should have Aspect of Serath. Let's be honest, it's the most the one that anyone can pull. Aspect of Serath is so good. If you use him in arena, you can go with a wand. I don't like Stormcaller, but the best offensive one in the entire game on him is Gork Crescent. Why? Gork Crescent works on his splash damage. You know, like when you kill and then there is his splash damage, and the splash damage will be multiplied by Gork Crescent. Let's read it. Warrior's next attack after killing an enemy deals 20%. So let's say if it's a level 4 or level 5, that means it's like 35% to 40%. So for the splash damage will be stronger by 40%. So that's why Gork Crescent is sometimes better than Crushing Rant on champions that have splash damage like Wukong, Siegfrund, and Baron. Those are three. Anything with splash damage, Gork Crescent is actually insanely good on it. Also, Gork Crescent has 2 circle gems. If you guys can see, like these circle gems, has 2 circle gems, and there is one of the best circle gems in the entire game for an offensive champion is this one, Bloodthirsty. Whatever it is. Every time the warrior kills an enemy, increase their damage dealt by 10%, stack up to 30%. So if you have 2 of this, that means if you kill, you will increase your damage up to 60%, and that's already a huge number. So you guys, I think someone just rang the doorbell and ran away. So yeah, now I put this relic, Essence, whatever the name of it, because with this, I was able to push his crit damage to 400, and I've never had a 400% crit damage champion on my account. So I was like, do we just go with Gork Crescent because it's the best on him, or we go with anything that does give crit damage as long as it have a circle gemstone? It was easy. No, we go for more crit damage, even though it's not the most ideal one. But it's actually not bad. Whereas damage increased by 20% of the target current turn meter, damage cannot be increased by more than 10%, up to 20% at the end. So now it's 16% of their turn meter. So if they are full turn meter, you're going to do 16% more damage on his A3. There are like more relics that are also good on him. He's so freaking good that like he is so versatile to build. Like you could do Wand, Aspect of Serath, that's number 1. Okay, you could do Stormcaller. Gork Crescent is one of the best on him. If you have a Veiled champion, this one is not bad. Remember, it has 2 circle gemstones. Malik, if you don't have anything good, but please give him your best offensive one. Cat Gaze is insane on him. This one is actually one of the best ones on him because it's like Cat Gaze, but it also has a buff, which is the Shatter, which is a savage set. 50% Shatter is like 15% ignore the defense. Okay, so this is one of the best on him because it has 2 gemstones, not just 1. Oh my god, where did I go? And it also gives him another buff. So if you have like a way to increase your damage by the number of buffs, you know, like these type of things, it works well on him. Anything else? Well, I think that's yeah, this one isn't bad because it increases his damage more than the which one? More than Essence? More than the Essence up to 16% at level 5. But this one does it more because this one is like by the number of buffs. So let's say he has 7 buffs. So that's 2.5 multiplied by 7. It will do it slightly more than 17%. But this one will strip your buff. So it's actually not bad, but also not the best. Okay. That's as far as the masteries and the build. Now let's just go take him for a test. So let's go Nightmare Campaign. Okay. Just show you that he will always use his A2. Look, reset, right? Because he killed 3. He nuke again, reset, because he killed everyone. Reset, see? So he's just gonna spam that. So that's as far as campaign. Now, can he solo Minotaur? Let's see. I would like to think so. Let's just make him. Oh my god. Can he do it? No, almost. If you have the Gork Crescent and the other one, he actually can easily do it. Now let's take him to Ice Golem. Can he one-shot the Ice Golem? Stage 20. You know, like we all farm Ice Golem stage 20 during Fusion. So can he do it? I know you're supposed to do it with food, but to be honest, when you are late game, you don't want to farm with food because that means you're just going to have slow runs and you don't care. Oh, look at that casually. I actually don't have any blessing in Ice Golem other than speed, accuracy, and resistance. Oh my god, why did he use it? Now we have to wait. Okay, I'm just going to reset. Let's see. Again. So I'm just gonna have a bunch of buffs. We don't have GURP talk and these type of shenanigans, but I feel like if he can do it without GURP talk, that's not as optimistic as I would be. So let's see. Wait, where is? I swear I just did a preset so he doesn't do that. Okay, there is decreased defense now. Okay, now there is a champion. Let's see, guys. Okay. Siegfried, nuke him, please. Oh my god, 7.7 million. That's impressive. Okay, can he one-shot the spider though? That's like, you know, like more like hopium. Okay, can he do it? Let's see, guys. We have a good setup. Let's just make sure that he targets a mob, not the boss. And make sure that there is decreased defense and weaken. Okay, bad ill poison. GURP talk, what is your poison? Dude, GURP talk didn't even take a turn. We did not even need GURP talk. Okay, let's do it again. He hit the Ice Golem for 7 million, right? Oh my god, dude, I stripped GURP talk, man. Now I remember. I did not see the hit because I was looking somewhere else. Let me just... okay, GURP talk should work now. I took 2 pieces because I was doing the shield comp. Let's see. Okay. Increase attack. Poison. Poison from GURP talk. Now he nukes! And how much damage will he do? Almost 12 million on the spider. Holy dude. Holy, that's just insane. Okay, let's just go and check him in faction. So the problem in faction is that I don't have an increased attack for him in the faction. So he's probably not gonna hit as hard. But I'm someone who enjoys He-Man in faction. I feel like He-Man is just insanely good in faction. And I was like, can he out-damage He-Man? Because remember that He-Man has an AoE nuke that I think has slightly better multiplier than Siegfried's. But Siegfried gets his damage mainly from his A3. So let's see, can he nuke everyone? Okay, that was a weak hit. That's why I did not nuke. But that did nuke everyone. And we didn't even have increased attack. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Okay, he revived. Okay, he's gonna ruin it. So usually this guy does not survive, but today he's gonna survive. And He-Man just... see guys, that's He-Man's nuke. Even though He-Man has 2 multipliers. And he has a gemstone that is... sorry, not a gemstone. He has a better relic. He-Man has the one that does more damage, amplify. Like that was actually good damage for someone that has decreased crit rate, decreased crit damage, which means he did not crit most of the time. Okay, let's move to the next one. And I will show you why he is so insane as a support and as a NUKER in the faction. So I'm just gonna try to chip, but then I remember that I don't have increased attack. So what am I chipping? Like, look at that hit from He-Man. Like those mobs, oh my god, we get feared on the decreased defense and weaken. So it's gonna be a bit annoying. So hopefully everyone dies except him, because I would like to see him doing well. So let's see. So He-Man hit for 100, he hit for 500,000, and this is before I booked him. By the way, this was before I booked him. Just gonna nuke him. See, he transferred the poison, and now everyone's dead. He's gonna switch form, and we are going to revive everyone with a block damage, because, hey, that's how good he is. Now we're gonna try to cleanse. Okay, we get feared. This one's not gonna get feared, right? Because it's 50% and it worked once. That was the end of the fight. That's faction 20, stage 21 hard. Now let's take him to classic arena. Let's see. I just want to see if he can... okay, 1 second. Let's see. Can he break the stone skin here? Siegfrund was like, was there a stone skin to start with? Let's find another team. Okay, this team looks like a fast team. That was funny. Okay, increase attack. I don't even have a cracking roots or like the gear that does amplify the damage. Nah, no UDK. He gets destroyed by UDK. Like he becomes so useless. I want to use his A2 now instead of his A3. So let's see. Can his A2 kill? I actually never used it in arena. Okay, it does some good damage. I think that was easily weak hit because Medius is just gonna do so much damage to it. Yet, okay, it's Red Affinity, makes sense. For the live arena showcase, I will do a separate video for him. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Siegfrund everywhere in the entire game, and that's the showcase for him. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whatever you're having. Before we head out, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I will catch you all in the next video, which will be him in live arena. Peace.